I'm here with Matt and Wes of Exhumed.
Howdy.
Where they're going to be playing tonight at Bogart's here in Cincinnati for the Death on the Vine Fest. And without any further ado, let's get this started.
We're all out of ado, so let's get to the interview.
Just start using those.
Yeah. You guys you guys are right now on a nationwide tour with Cannibal Corpse, Abysmal Dawn, and Archaic. How's the reception been on these dates that you've been doing?
Oh, it's been great, man. It's been awesome. If you're a death metal band and you're supporting Cannibal Corpse and you can't get a good audience response, yeah, it's it's probably not the genre for you.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's like the easiest setup in the world for a band like us. I mean, it's like we'd have to really fuck it up in order to blow it. As far as getting good response from the kids, it's been killing.
Right. Not too long ago, you guys also you finished a tour across Europe, and after this one that you're on right now, you're going to be touring the northern United States and going through Canada with the Black Dahlia Murder and Fuck the Facts. So, with all these three tours that you guys are doing, is this maybe just the start of something much bigger you both have in mind for Exhumed?
I don't know. We're just kind of doing whatever they give us, I guess. If they give us something awesome, then we want that to continue, of course.
Yeah. I mean, there's no, we've never been a band with a grand scheme or master plan.
Yeah. Everything's just random.
And it's I think after we do the Black Dahlia tour, then we have the Summer Slaughter thing. Excuse me. And after that, then we need to start working on a new record. Go through, because I mean, even last year we did 2 North American tours. Went to Europe, did a bunch of festivals. We did a 2-week thing over there as well. So I mean, this is kind of like the phase 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we did the record, we didn't really have a plan. It was just kind of maybe do a couple festivals and see what happens.
Yeah, we didn't think we were going to tour all the time. We thought we were just going to hit the major stuff where we could make the most money and then keep it at that because, I don't know, we just didn't think that far. And same with the new record. We're not going to write a record with the intention of getting bigger or whatever. We just kind of write whatever you write and whatever comes out.
Yeah. We really try not to think too hard because it's not our strong point.
Yeah, thinking is kind of stupid for us. That makes sense.
It works for some bands, but yeah, that's just not us.
Speaking of thinking, it almost seems like since Matt, your time in both Decapitator and Gravehill, on All Guts and No Glory, I thought there was a bit of a thrash influence in some of the material.
Well, I think aside from maybe Anatomy, all the records are really thrashy. It's just for the first time, you were able to hear the riffs a lot better, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's always been thrash riffs, at least to me. I mean, if you played the riff one string set higher, it would be a thrash riff. It's just tuned down to B, so it doesn't sound quite like that.
And yeah, we always had really muddy production in the past, so it sounds murkier. And, it's weird that people are surprised, I guess, to me, because, it's just always been so obvious to me. People are always like, oh yeah, this riff is like a Carcass riff. I'm like, actually, it's Flotsam and Jetsam riff, dude, but that's cool.
But the thing is, Carcass did that too, though. All the riffs were kind of like thrash. At least on Necroticism and stuff. It's if you took those riffs and just made them higher in pitch, it's thrash right straight up.
Weaken up the vocals a little bit, slow down the drums. I think just Beers is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Keeping that too. Speaking of writing new material and all that, what would you say the normal writing process is for how you would start on a new record?
Probably just do it at home and then collaborate. That's how we did it before. I mean, we're all kind of spread out, so we can't really go in the rehearsal room. And I don't write like that anyway. I have to write at home. I can't just stand there and go, oh, okay, let me just come up with a riff. I like to do it by myself and then send the MP3 to him and then we'll say, hey, let's, this is good, but let's arrange it a little differently, or let's take this riff out, or whatever. That's how we did it last record. It was like sending files to each other, because he was in Hawaii and I was in Orange County, California. So,
I mean, we used to very much be like the get in the rehearsal room and like sweat it out kind of band. But with Wes now, like the dynamic is so different. In the past, like I was writing like 80 to 95% of the music. Like I wrote all the music on the first album. And I'm not bragging about that at all. And now it's a case where we have two songwriters where it's 50-50 musically, and it's like, we both are pretty prolific and we can bounce ideas off each other a lot more easily that way. And then when we get in the rehearsal room, we have more of a, we're able to hit the ground running.
It's more cohesive, and it's better because when you go there to practice, everybody knows the song already. You don't have to sit there and go, okay, here's the drum beat I want for this part, blah, blah, blah. You can just go in there and play. It's way easier. It's just faster and it's better.
It's,
I don't know if it's better, but it's faster.
It's two different things, and it's working right now. I think it's great.
We might change it but we won't change just for the purpose of changing the album. If anything, it'll happen because that's just how it works.
Right, because we'll all happen to live in the same area and just start rehearsing 3 days.
Yeah, it's like if we all lived in the same. I don't even live in California. I live in Arizona, but we're trying to maybe move everything to Arizona because it's just cheaper to live there. Then we can do this stuff. Like I can't even have my own apartment or anything in California with what we make. I can do that in Arizona. And the airport's better in Arizona. It's easier to get through than LAX. Blah blah. But anyways, what that has to do with all that other stuff is if we were all centralized and it was maybe only 1 or 2 people that had to fly out to practice, we could actually write a record that way. It would make sense. We might.
But even if we were centralized, I don't know that we would do it.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's so much like faster or whatever.
Yeah. It's less annoying to me. I don't want to stand there and like, okay, fret 3, stand there like, oh cool, I think I got it. No wait, no, it's not right. Rather than, he can just tab it out on a program and send that to me too, and then I've got his song down. I don't even have to ask him. I don't have to ask him much, really.
Yeah, it's usually just, you're like, wait, how's that part again?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, got it, boom, done. Yeah.
Technology, that's the wave of the future, man. You can do everything at home.
I'm gonna invent a robot to write my riffs.
That would be nice. You get robots, you get doppelgangers to go on tour and stuff. You just hang out and drink beer all night. Let them make money for you.
Perfect.
Yeah, well, the only difference between humans and robots is you're not going to get the same kind of energy out of a live show.
Well, not yet, but as technology advances, hey.
Give us 10 years, we'll sort it out. We're in a lab, we're working on it.
Well, let's wait till December 1st to see if the world doesn't end by then.
Okay, right.
You talked about that you basically wrote 80 to 95% of what was in the first record.
The first 3,
Yeah, the first 3. And because of that, just kind of taking a time machine back a little bit. So what was that very first inspiration that you had to bring Exhumed?
I think at the time, like the late 90s, I started the band when I was a kid. I was in high school in 92. And at that point, it was like, we were just into like Carcass and Carnage and Terrorizing Compulsion and stuff like that. And then as time sort of went on, the thing that I guess frustrated me was that the whole death metal scene, most of the bands really kind of changed or just faded out completely. Like the difference between Left Hand Path and like Wolverine Blues is pretty big kind of thing, Or, even Reconfiguration into Swan Song, like that's a big change. And it seemed like nobody really was playing the kind of death metal that I was into. Because I kind of stopped being like a current death metal fan like in '93. I was just like, no, I don't know, this doesn't sound like what I like anymore. I like Vitiligo and Cadaver and, like those bands. And so we kind of got out of death metal and we got more into thrash. And then about 94, 95, kind of started kind of blending those two things a little bit. It's like, like on one hand, like the grind, like the power violence scene, and then on the other hand, like the thrash and traditional metal and the old school death metal in the middle. And, it was never like a conscious thing, like, oh, we're going to do this and that. It was not contrived at all. And that's one of the reasons why it took a long time for the band to kind of like get to the level where being starring might have been appropriate is because we just sort of let it happen slowly over time. And I think by the time the first record came out, it was already like a retro sound, even in '98. Because I mean, you look at the bands that were getting big at that time, like Nile, Dying Fetus, or whatever, and it's sort of been the direction that the whole genre has gone, you know, a lot more technical and stuff. And we always kind of weren't interested in doing that. It's great that people can do it and like keep pushing the boundaries of the whole sound or whatever, but it's just it doesn't interest me personally. So we just play like old-fashioned metal, you know. That's really about it.
Now, when you talk about old-fashioned metal, of course, Exhumed has been around for seeming almost forever now. Do you guys ever get afraid of maybe the possibility of this style of music ever not exciting you anymore?
Not really. I mean, the thing is, like, maybe the scene will change and you're not that excited about new types of bands, but as far as like the old shit that we grew up on, that's what we do. Like, if we didn't get into metal, we wouldn't be sitting here right now like doing this. It's like, it's just something that is part of you and doesn't really go away. Even if later on we didn't play in a band and we, you know, got real jobs and shit like that, I'd still be listening to like Terrorizer and Autopsy and shit. Even if I was working at a bank, it's not going to change. It's just that I could see getting burned out on playing in a band maybe when I'm in like my 50s or something. It's like, okay, this hurts to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't headbang, I physically can't because my neck is fucked up. Like Slayer and shit, I mean, they can't headbang really because the shit really fucks with your bones and everything. So it's like, you can't really do that forever, but yeah, I mean, we'll always get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like my dad still hangs out, listens to like Jefferson Airplane, Quicksilver Messenger Service, and, you know, I still sit around listening to Realm of Chaos and fucking, you know, Metal Funeral. It's the same shit. You know, that's what I was into when I was in high school. That's what he was into when he was in high school. Right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, the only thing I could say is we don't listen to death metal all the time, obviously, because we get sick of it. And then, like, I've gotten in that phase where I got sick of death metal for a while. I just didn't listen to it that much, but I never stopped listening to it entirely.
Together, yeah. I mean, even like when the band split up, I mean, I think it was just sort of, it didn't have to do with not being interested in this type of music. It had more to do with just the process of being in a band, like with so many different lineup changes and like so many, like, you know, we've always done everything ourselves. Like we never had like a manager or like anybody like, hey, we're gonna shut your career and push it this way.
And when you're doing everything yourself like that, and there's so many people going in and out of the band for all these different reasons, it's just like gets so stressful. You just like, you can't deal with this anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, I don't like this kind of music. It was just like, oh fuck.
Say hitting a wall. You know? It's like, what do we do? We can't keep a bass player, can't keep a drummer. It was just like me and him. We were like, dude, this is too difficult. Like, we need to just take a break or something.
And I think it's kind of the thing where like, you know, it's always an effort, but when things have a natural flow of like, you know, when things are working, they work, and when things aren't working, you gotta recognize like, okay, you stop, regroup, like step back.
Yeah. If we
try
would
a different strategy.
If we would have tried to make a new record like we were gonna do back then, it wouldn't have been as good because it would have been all the stress. And yeah, it was not a good.
Have you listened to those demos?
Oh yeah.
Fucking terrible. I'm so glad we didn't do this.
Yeah, some of the songs that I wrote even back then, like we used some stuff, but like, you know, a lot
too.
of
We did two of each of us.
Yeah, something like that.
But we had a lot of other ideas.
A lot of other ideas that were just really stupid. Either stupid or it was just boring sounding. Like, not something you would want to like buy or listen to.
Not me anyway.
Not us.
If either of you are sadomasochists, do you think maybe you would release those tracks?
Oh, you know, a lot of them weren't even worked up to the point where like
they didn't have vocals or bass
or even drums, just like
sometimes not even solos. It's just it was just like a click and that's all, and then the riff, and then you know, oh shit, I fucked it up. Well, you get the idea, right? Yeah, you wouldn't want to release that.
I mean, I do always go through like old demos and stuff, and you you know, because there's always like a riff here and a riff there. Like,
Yeah.
no, I nick that. I mean, like, there's riffs on the new album that, you know, have been sitting around for years, just never found the right place. And even like one of the new songs that I've been working on for the next record, this riff I've had since like Anatomy is Destiny. I just never had the rest of the song. I was like, it's a good riff. I gotta keep this one, you know. So it's always shit always pops up here.
Yeah, there was like a couple songs I think on the record that I wrote back in 2005, but yeah, I never have any riffs that are any older than that. I don't think. Like, I just kind of come up with shit off the top of my head. I basically play guitar and it sounds horrible for a while until I find the right notes. I'm like, oh, this is a good part, and then I'll start adding other stuff. But nobody should ever be around while I'm doing that because it sounds terrible. That's just the way I do it, though. Because I don't just have a riff that comes into my head. I play guitar for the sake of just playing guitar and goofing around, and then I come up with stuff. You know what I mean? That's how I do it.
So, are you guys ever going to maybe come out with you cats came out with Platters of Splatter compilation a couple of years ago, and it was really interesting to me to look back and see all that old material because I was never able to get my hands on it, and some of the songs. And I really enjoyed a lot of the songs on there. Are there possibly any songs that maybe got left by the wayside in some of the newer records where you might think about doing a second version of Platters and Splatter?
Well, I mean, it's tough to say because we did write like 21 songs.
Something like that,
yeah, for the new record. So even the deluxe edition doesn't have every song we wrote, but we didn't rehearse all those songs either. We kind of just picked the best ones and worked on them. I think those tracks would probably just get cannibalized. You know, like, oh, this riff's good, this riff sucks, whatever kind of thing. As far as another comp, I mean, it's more like if we're able to finally like start recording more and start doing more split 7 inches and shit like that.
That's what we want to do is do a split from the Groovy Grind or something like that rather than a compilation stuff. What would happen eventually, of course,
is that it would all get collected.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I always liked the early days when I was getting into the scene, you get all these like weird 7 inches, you know, like the Gattaca Psycho split or the Impetigo Blood split or the Hemorrhage Dead Infection split or whatever, and all these weird little like record collector things, and I'm kind of a nerd, like that's what I'm into. I like to be like, look at my record collection, be like, oh yeah, here's like Live Undead, here's the Japanese pressing of Live Undead, like yeah, it's cool, you know, like the tracks are in the wrong order, it's awesome. That's the kind of stuff that interests me.
That's the one. Yeah, I used to have that one. It was like the lyrics were interpreted.
Oh, it's so
they're
funny.
really bad. They're not even words.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. Like they didn't just reprint it. They like decided for some reason.
It was like a phonetic translation of like a Japanese person trying to speak.
I don't know why they would do that. Yeah, it's so bizarre.
That's one of my favorite records for that reason. Yeah, actually. Just the lyrics sheet is amazing.
You just really weirded me out with that information. I had no idea.
That's some deep nerdy shit. Yeah, like, you know.
I had a Ride the Lightning copy that was like that too.
I've seen a bunch of different ones where like the sky is green.
Yeah.
And shit. It's like
that's the one I had. Yeah, it was green and like instead of blue, and like when you open it up, you're like, what the hell? Like all the songs are in the wrong order. Like Fight Fire with Fire is like the 4th song or something. And you're like, what the fuck?
Jasmine, we're beers?
Yes, please.
Bud Light, Miller Light?
Yeah.
Do you guys think that when looking back at like all those little 7-inch splits and all that, do you think maybe that's something that's being missed in this day and age?
Yeah.
It's definitely something that's not being done anymore. I mean,
I don't know if people miss it or not. I'm not another person, obviously, but I mean, I would think people would want that, because it's cool. I think vinyl is way better than CDs. Like people nowadays, I think, are buying vinyl and they're not buying CDs because they can get a download for free when they buy the vinyl. So I think it's like
that's what I prefer to do is to buy the record and get the free download, or just download it if I like it, buy the album.
Right, and then it's the thing is like the vinyl is obviously a bigger picture. It sounds cooler and it's better. So yeah, I think people are going to start getting back into that. I mean, it was still going on, like in like 2000, 2001, like a lot of people doing splits. Yeah, but then after that, I haven't seen a lot of people doing that lately. The last thing that we did was like the thing with Ingrown, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of more of like a punk thing than a metal thing, and like
that's true.
I mean, especially in the mid '90s when we were kind of starting to find our feet as a band. There wasn't any like metal happening in the Bay Area except for like Machine Head or whatever. And obviously we're completely not part of that scene. So the bands that we played with were more like Dystopia or Spaz or New Crush or Agents of Satan, No Less. Like they were more like power violence, grindcore, punk. Like, you know, you play house parties, you play like a community center. You didn't go to like a proper venue with a sound system. It was like one of the bands would bring their PA and then you'd set up on the floor. And
sometimes you didn't even have like vocal mics. Like, I don't know, you just scream in the air or something. Like,
yeah,
I like those shows. They're cool. Like, I don't even know if we can do that nowadays. It'd be cool to, but I like.
I think our agent would kill us.
I think our agent would get pissed. Like we're kind of above that now, which is cool, but it also sucks because I do like playing punk shows. You know, I played a lot of them in my old bands and shit, so it's like you kind of.
Yeah, I mean, Uphill Battle is totally from that same competition. And you know, a lot of people that are into metal don't really.
This one's the Bud Light.
Thank you.
Can I get that for you?
Oh yeah.
No problem.
A lot of people that are into metal don't necessarily relate to that, you know.
They don't understand.
Which is okay.
When you tell, actually, it's weird. Like when you tell a lot of metalheads that you're into doom and shit, like they're either like, "What's that?" or they're like, "Why would you listen to punk?" And you're like, "What? Metal and punk are totally related. Like, how do you not see the connection?"
To me, like when I first heard like Crust, I was like, "Oh, it's like Celtic Frost." Like, I was like, I already know how to play this style because I know how to play Celtic Frost.
That's weird because I was already listening to Minor Threat at the same time I was listening to Napalm Death and shit, so I already knew that I already knew the lineage of it too. So to me, it just, I didn't think that there was any difference. I
just thought it was like, if you have a good amp and like long hair and play the same riff, it's metal. If you have a shitty amp and like spiky hair and you play the same riff, then it's punk. People would play me like His Hero's Gone. I was like, no, it's death metal. Like, no, it's crust. I was like, no, it's just death metal.
It really does. It's like that kind of stuff is not crust to me at all. Like,
I mean, it's great. I love it, but it's just, you know, it's splitting hairs.
Tragedy is crust.
For sure.
Are there any last words that you guys would like to say for your fans here and in places that you're going to be visiting in the future?
You know, I think for me anyway, I'm stoked that we've been able to do this band again, and we've been pretty lucky because when your band splits up, or whatever, there's two things that can happen. Usually it's like just a few people remember your band and they're like nerds like me with 2,000 LPs in their bedroom and like, you know, Exhumed patches or whatever, and they get together with their friends and drink. You'd be like, dude, you remember that Die Abhorrent Death Rides at Dawn 7 minutes? It was awesome. And then the other thing can be that, you know, like somehow people remember what you did and actually like are stoked to have you come back, and I feel really fortunate that we've been able to fall into the like, really surprised the shit out of me. I thought after like a year people would have stopped asking.
We didn't think any of this was going to happen, so we're totally stoked. And we're going to keep doing it, you know, as long as people want to see it. Basically,
So thanks for that.
Cheers.
Cheers.